Most men don't lose themselves because they are weak. They lose themselves because they are alone. And somewhere along the way, we have mistaken independence for strength. But the truth is, you were never designed to become the man you're supposed to be by yourself. Have you noticed that every man wants to belong somewhere? Some find it in sports teams, some in business circles, some in churches, others in gangs. The place changes, but the need doesn't. Because every man is looking for people who see him, challenge him, and remind him of who he is. The problem isn't that men crave brotherhood. The problem is that too many settle for counterfeit versions of it or stop looking altogether. And isolation has a way of shaping a man's identity until he forgets who he was becoming. Scripture says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. That is not just good advice. That is God's design. Look at David and Jonathan. Jonathan was next in line to become king. Instead of competing with David, he protected him. He chose God's purpose over his ambition. He strengthened the man who would eventually take the throne that could have been his. That is brotherhood, not competition, not convenience, commitment. Jesus lived the same pattern. He had the 12, but even within the 12, he had Peter, James, and John. Every man needs community, but every man also needs few people close enough to tell him the truth when no one else will. Here's what isolation does. When you are alone long enough, your fears become facts. Your doubts become your identity. The lies you keep hearing in your own head slowly start sounding like truths. That is why so many men drift. Not because they lost ability, but because they lost accountability. And it is also why gangs continue to attract young men. They are not just selling crime. They are selling belonging, identity, brotherhood. They are offering a distorted version of something God originally designed. The people around you are shaping you whether you realize it or not. Your circle is either sharpening you or slowly making you dull. So here is the question. Who are the men in your life that can challenge you without losing your friendship? Who knows the man you're becoming? Not just the man everyone else sees. And just as importantly, are you becoming the kind of brother someone else can depend on? Because everyone wants loyal friends. Few people become one. Real brotherhood doesn't just give a man company, it gives him clarity. Because sometimes the fastest way to lose your identity is to walk alone. My name is IQ Jibe, and this is my unsolicited advice.